How's it going there, Squirrel Army, and how's it going for today? I want to get started on having a look at the Pokemon in Gen 1 and seeing what we're going to do to try to fix these Pokemon's movesets and abilities and things like that, and what we can kind of do for this generation. And of course, I want to start out with the starters! We're starting with the starters. Who would have thought? And we're going to start out with Bulbasaur. I don't know whether this is going to take too long. I'm not too sure. It does take a lot of effort to look through all of this stuff. And I know a lot of other people have done this sort of thing before as well. But this is me doing it. So I've got to look through all of this stuff. And then we've actually got to look through like what Bulbasaur actually learns. And I've kind of got to look at his stats too, because like we're trying to build this for the Bulbasaur line. We're not just trying to build like some random move list for any Pokemon. We're trying to build this move set for the Pokemon that is in Gen 1. Now, yes, that is different in Gen 3, 4, whatever, 5, 6, 9, 10, whatever, etc. But we're just looking at Gen 1 for now. So yeah, we're going to, and I am going to take the aggregate and sort of have a look at what Ivysaur, Venusaur, all of that sort of stuff stats are. Like, is there, like, how much is their special specifically? Like, I know, like, in Gen 1, they have one special stat, in proper OG Gen 1, but in later gens, they don't have that. I know it's a bit different, but still, like, at least looking at this stuff and saying, hey, what moves does it have to start with? Where do we start? What are we going to do? And where are we going from here? Right, so, all right, in Gen 1, and I'm going to get through the TMs and HMs after this, so we don't learn a heck of a lot. Now, we are Grass and Poison immediately. Now, that isn't very good, honestly speaking, because there's not that many things that Poison really helps us with, and it actually hinders us against Psychic, which is probably the most OP type, especially in Gen 1. So it's going to be a bit of an uphill battle in that terms. The thing is, like, I say this with a lot of Pokemon in the game, like, you're not tied to having any one Pokemon. You don't need to keep the Pokemon that you start with. You, like, people do, because, like, at a certain point, it's like, well, why am I going to go out of my way to get, like, a random Pokemon that I've got to level up so goddamn much? Or whatever, whatnot, that sort of thing. Like, I understand that. That makes 100% sense. Like, if you're going to go out of your way to level up a level 15 Pokemon, like, all the way up to level 30 or 40 or whatever, obviously you're not going to do that. But it's much easier to be like, well, I've already got this level 34 Pokemon here, and it's not good, but it's still okay, and it can serve some purpose. Like, Bulbasaur isn't very good in the later gyms. It's all very good in the first few gyms, and that really does matter, because, like, in the first few gyms, you don't have many options. Now, in the next few episodes, we might be saying, hey, let's put some more grass types and things like that before the first gym, but I don't know. Like, I know they did that in Let's Go and whatnot, but also, I don't know. I don't want to put too many things in there for people to just be like, oh, I get this, or I get that, and I get this, and whatnot, and just can beat the gym. Like, it has to still be a challenge, and so I don't want to give it to people too early, but I also don't want to give it to people too late, or I have to think about saying, hey, well, it's a rare spawn, or whatever, that sort of thing. But we'll go through that later on. So, we start with Tackle, Growl. Okay, so that's not very good. That's where we start. We get Leech Seed at 7. Now, actually, I think that's really, really, really way too strong. Leech Seed early is way too strong in a lot of ways, but the thing is, this isn't a regular damaging move. So actually, it's really bad in a lot of ways as well. But Leech Seed is really powerful, especially being this early, but without having a proper, like, stab move. And you can look at this in, like, its later gens of level up moves, that the order of its moves will change. I'm just going to move just quickly to looking at its stats. All right, so the base stats now, I don't think that this is correct for Gen 1, for proper Gen 1. Minimum stats. This Pokemon's special base stat in Gen 1 was 65. So now it actually has more base stats now than what it had in Gen 1 because it's got an additional 65 extra base stats. So that's actually kind of more useful in this regard. Like when I'm saying special, that means special attack and special defense. Because they were one stat in the OG generation. It was a bit weird back then. They were really experimenting with this. So HP, attack, defense, and speed are all about the 40s, 50s. And then our special is the highest. So I'm going to go to Ivysaur if I can. Whoops. And see, I'm pretty sure this sort of level of base stats are going to continue throughout, but I want to see where we're at, base stats. So now we've got 60, 62, 63, 80, 80, 60. Okay, very cool. So we're keeping with that special lean. We're a lot slower and a high special Pokemon. So we can tank a lot of special effective moves as well. Base stats. So we've got 100 and 100 in special and special defense. That's Mega Venusaur. 80, 82, 83, and 80. Okay, so though we actually have pretty decently high attack as well, and like our defense is actually pretty high, like in comparison, like it's not super high, like we're just over 500 base stats, so that's not too bad. It's not horrible, but it's not amazing, obviously. Like if you're looking at something like this, it's probably still one of the better Pokemon that is in the game, but its usefulness will be a lot less. Now we can look. I'll also look at the learn sets by leveling up for this. This is Gen 9. So switch to Gen 1. This is Venusaur. So I'm going to directly compare these from one another. I forget what level we level up. I'm pretty sure it's 16. Or I should have said evolve. But yeah, I think we evolve at 16 or so, round about there anyway. So we will have Vine Whip at that point. Vine Whip is probably something that we need a lot earlier. Now, a lot of moves are also different in Gen 1. Like the physical special split hasn't changed or changed it a lot. Vine Whip inflicts damage, blah, blah, blah. Oops. Vine Whip can be used as a second move. No. Okay. It doesn't say that it was special in Gen 1. Effects, learn sets, descriptions in other games. Just make sure that in the manga, description, learn set in other games. No, it doesn't look like it says here physical. Contests. Okay. I can't see that it actually says that it technically is or isn't, but that's where we're at. I know Razor Leaf, I believe it's also physical. Effect. Though it doesn't say it here where it says for Gen 1, which is a bit odd. Oh. Huh? Why did that... I don't know why that did that. Oh, because there's a trailer loading. Stupid trailers. They're always in the way of things. Go away. Oh, go away. I hate this. Hang on, let me just stop this because this is getting silly. Alright, come on. Stupid thing. Oh, come on. Get out of it. Alright, deals damage. No, it doesn't say. It doesn't say that there's any change. So it says they're physical. So Solar Beam I know is special. That's one that I do know is special. Okay, doesn't say anything about it specifically. Okay, let's go back here. So if we get a Ivysaur, we have Vine Whip as our base move. Fine, that's obvious. Vine Whip we get at 13 just in case we didn't get it. Razor Leaf, Solar Beam. Now, Growth is a really good move, especially in Gen 1. Sleep Powder can be very strong, especially in OG Gen 1, like proper OG Gen 1. But for the purposes of this, I don't think that we're going to really be looking at the broken level of sleep mechanics that it was in Gen 1. So we're only going to be looking at it as through the lens of still it's really, really good, but it's not as good as what it was in OG Gen 1. So wait, let's look at Venusaur. I know it's not going to be much different, if at all. Wait, this is for Venusaur. Whoops. This is for Venusaur. Alright, fair enough. Whoops. Alright, let's see if Ivysaur is just any different. Game data. Where are we? Come on. Learn set. Tackle, Whip, Leaf. Oh, Seed Bomb. Oh, no, wait, that's Gen 9. Alright, sorry. Leech Seed, just in case we didn't get it. Fine Whip. Yep. So it's all the same. Okay, fair enough. Alright, there might be some difference between, like, what level we learn certain moves and whatnot here and there, but, like, for the most part, I can see that this is pretty much the same throughout, and I will have to do this for each of them, but I guess, like, I just wanted to show you the process that I'm going through, at least for the first one. I don't want to show you this process for every single one, but this is sort of the things that I'm considering. So let's find out what moves Pokemon can learn in Gen 1. Gen 1 moves. Damn. Alright, this is going to be annoying. By type? Yeah, by type. Okay, here we go. This is better. I know it doesn't show you the whole screen. Sorry about that, but we just need to see what we're looking at a bit here. So like I said, we are a slow, high special Pokemon that has more in... Well, I guess we have a bit more in health and we have a lot more in our bulk than we have in speed, and really, like, we're a Pokemon that needs to sit out and kind of stall the game sort of thing. We're a Pokemon that wants something like Absorb, Mega Drain, things like this. We have to have certain moves, of course, to kill our opponents, but we also want to be doing or regaining life. We want to be stealing life from our opponents. So, I'm going to see, well, how do we, whoops. Let's see, whoops. Let's see, can I change this? No. Okay, power, Oh, actually, we can change it here. Here we go. I see. Where is it? Fairy, steel, ghost, ground, poison, grass. Here we go. All right, so I'll look at the poison as well. Not that we're going to really get there that much, but that's fine. Oh, I think this is correct for Gen 1. So Razor Leaf and Vine Whip, Mega Drain, okay, and Absorb, and then Petal Dance, and then Solar Beam. Alright, so those are our like proper moves that we probably want. We definitely want to keep as much stuff as what we had before. I don't know whether we want to put Spore on this thing. Spore is a really strong move, and I do feel like it's one of those things that could make Venusaur a bit too strong, but then again, it's just such a strong thing in some ways that maybe it should get it. But maybe later on, I'm not 1,000% sure. Actually, I don't know whether I actually saw that it learned it or didn't learn it. But it learns Sleep Powder, Poison Powder. I can't remember the Paralysis Powder, but Stun Powder. That's what it was. Sorry. But yeah. So we don't learn Absorb or Mega Drain or Petal Dance. Like Petal Dance doesn't really make 1,000% sense since we're already learning Solar Beam. But I do think Petal Dance is kind of good for what Venusaur wants. Now, we don't want exclusively just like grass moves, as I sort of said, but we want to look at what we can learn. Now, Giga Drain, I'm guessing Giga Drain's ATM or something in this game. Might even just look through here and see if we... I don't even know what its what its number is, so it might not be in the game. I don't know. I can't remember. So I guess that it's not in this. I don't think we get Frenzy Plant for a long time. I don't think it's introduced till like Gen 4, maybe. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. So sorry, I don't know every single detail about every single thing. But yeah, this is where I'm starting. I'm starting at looking like, what can we get? Why can we get it? How can we like integrate this into this Pokemon? Why is that? Like, this is a strong special attacking Pokemon. We want to look like we're, doing the same thing. Why are we going to get Petal Dance when we can get Solar Beam? Like, we can get Sunny Day and set up with Sunny Day and things like that, and then just Solar Beam our way through, and then it doesn't, leave us with confusion. It has the same amount of PP, has the same accuracy, has the same power. So then we probably want only other one, maybe at most, grass move, which I guess will be Mega Drain because we don't get Giga Drain. I don't want to code in new moves that don't exist in the actual old games. Now, of course, you can do that. So I don't want to do that. This is for Gen 1, proper Gen 1, or basically proper Gen 1, with maybe some little minor changes like dark types and maybe things like that, or Ghost actually being super effective against, Psychic and, buffing up Bug probably and things like that, and just doing little things that really help it. So again, I'm not going to try to make this physical special split happen too much unless I, like it makes some sort of sense, because there are some physical moves and some special moves, but we obviously want more of the special moves for Venusaur here. So again, like when I go over here and go to Poison, of course, I'll look through the normal moves and that as well as we go along. 65 Power Sludge is our most powerful poison move, which that isn't too strong. May poison the opponent. Poison isn't amazing, but it's not terrible. I think a lot of people underrate how good poison is because it takes away their health as well. Poison Sting, I don't think we really want that. Toxic is very, very strong. I would put that on the level of like saying, do we really want to give it that? But then again, it's a stalling Pokemon, so it's very hard not to think about it. But then again, like we've got Poison Gas. We obviously get Poison Powder. Acid Armor. I don't think Acid Armor is worth our time. I don't think we even learn Sludge, Smog, or Acid Sludge or Smog. No, we don't. We don't. Do we learn them by? Oh, yeah, that's for Gen 1. Toxic. Psychic, Reflect. No, we don't even learn them by TM. I don't think that they're TMs in this game, but that's what I mean. I'm just going to go through this slowly, but surely, and like look at all this sort of stuff. So what have we got? We've got Hyper Beam. I don't know about Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam, we've already got Solar Beam. We can actually kind of cheat with Solar Beam by having Sunny Day. Actually, I don't even know. Is Sunny Day actually a fire move? I can't remember. But we'll figure it out in a minute or two. So Tri-Attack. I mean, maybe, but like honestly, like we need coverage, especially for Psychic, I would say, or something like that. We like if we're Venusaur, like one of our or two of our biggest problems in this gen will be fire types and will be psychic types. But the thing is, with fire types, we can get a water Pokemon throughout the game, which will neutralize that. Now, yes, we could try to find a ghost type, but all the ghost types are also poison type in Gen 1, so they're all weak to it. So I am thinking that that Psychic is one of our bigger enemies, like that and Flying probably. Why did that do that? Oh, okay. So I was still on the cursor there, sorry. But yeah, like 80 base, Tri-Attack, Razor Wind, charges the first turn. I don't think that, like, Solar Beam and Hyper Beam are better because, like, yeah, they're much more powerful than something like Razor Wind. I don't think Razor Wind's like where we want to be in terms of like a 2-turn move. Like Dig is just okay being a 2-turn move. Once you get Earthquake, it's just like way better, but it's just like you only get one. Swords Dance, probably not. Super Fang. Oh wait, where am I looking? Tail Whip, Whirlwind, Substitute, Sonic Boom. No. Smoke Screen, Roar, Recover, Minimize, Mimic, Metronome, Harden, Growth, Glare, Flash. Okay. I think that's all of them. So, like, there are some status and other moves like Growth, like I already said, that are pretty decent. But, like, when you're starting to look at, like, how do we fill out this this move set by having 4 moves. At the point at which I think we get to being a Venusaur, I think we're already powerful enough. Like, once you're at your last stage of your Pokemon, like, unless you're doing a monotype run, I don't think something like growth is something that you really need to keep track of or need to keep in your move slot. It's a good move earlier on when you have lower stats or you're relying on your starter way more, which will be in the first maybe couple of gyms, maybe, or whatnot. Maybe it is sometimes here or there, but like for the most part, you don't need things like that. You either need things that can keep your Pokemon alive, like Mega Drain or whatever, things like that, or you need things that can help you with coverage. Now, like, you probably won't get that much coverage here. As I sort of said, like, I don't think there's any really good rock moves in this game. There's a couple of ice moves that are in this game. I don't feel like we've got to fit what the Pokemon is about. So I don't want to just give Venusaur an ice move. I don't think that that makes any sense at all. I don't really see that as a viable, like, option. I certainly don't understand why it doesn't learn any really good poison moves, or like any poison moves basically at all, except for like poison powder and things like that are definitely fine, I think, but like sleep powder is just like way stronger in a lot of ways because it literally stops your opponent from doing anything for a few turns. So, you know, that's where we're at with that, I think, for the most part. So I don't want to like do too much with changing things like that. I don't want to change the types of things unless it's really necessary, or the idea of what this Pokemon's doing. So I don't think that there's that many dark moves in this gen, but yeah, Bite technically isn't dark, so it probably wouldn't be worth our time to really think about. Let's look at Ghost. Nightshade. No, probably not then. I don't think there's any really good rock moves. No really good rock moves. Maybe Bug. Maybe. Like, yeah, there's not a lot of good bug moves. I hate it when I do that. I hate that. So I don't want to give it an electric move either. I don't want to give it a grass move. I don't think any of the fighting moves would be really good for it. Maybe like ground moves would be alright for Venusaur. Definitely not flying. I think we can get Steel in this, and I think we can get Dark in this, but I don't think we can get Fairy in this, and I don't really see what Fairy would add to our game plan here with this. So I'm kind of on the shelf with that. I do think Hyper Beam could be good, but that's a maybe. Maybe Tri-Attack could also be kind of good. But I'm not 1,000% sure, because you don't want to status somebody in a way that you don't want. Like, I guess, like, you want to just status them in the way of sleeping them mostly. So I don't know. Certainly Fire feels off the wall. Water really does feel a bit off the wall too. Though you could argue Water of some sort, I guess, to some degree. But there's not a lot here. That's what I'm saying. Like, Gen 1 really doesn't have a whole lot to work with. And that's where some of this stuff comes into play, of being like, well, you've just got to choose some things that are not so super optimal or whatnot, that sort of thing, because you just don't have a lot of options in the OG Gen 1. Maybe if I look at, like, the updated versions, it would be a lot better, and certainly in the modern generations, it would be a lot better. But like again, like, and we can take some inspiration from like Gen. Which one was it? What was Kalos? Which one was Kalos? 7, I think. I don't remember. Kalos Pokemon. I don't remember. 6. Wait, what? Is that right? Or was it? I think it was Gen 7. Games 7, yeah. Was it Heart Gold? No, what was it? Fire Red. Fire Red. So actually, what was the game just before that? It was Gen 3. There we go. So yeah. So Gen 3 and Gen 7. So let's look in Gen 3 because I remember seeing Seed Bomb. I know that's not in the OG gen. Nothing new in Synthesis. Sweet Scent. That's probably not really that amazing for us. I think there's probably some more TMs. So let's go to 7. Poison Powder, Takedown, Sweet Scent, Double Edge. Yeah, we get Seed Bomb later on, but that's a new move. Worry Seed and Synthesis. So we do get some stuff, more stuff by like level up, but I don't really think that they're in the OG gens because I don't even know what some of those would be in this. I thought Synthesis. I thought that Sweet Scent was maybe Supersonic, Super Fang, Substitute, Splash, Sonic Boom, Soft Boiled, Smoke Screen, Sing, Sharpen, Screech, Recover. Actually, Recover could be good, but we also want to do damage, not just recover. We could like use Mega Drain just to recover more so Mimic wouldn't be bad, but I don't know about that. Harden, Guillotine, Growl, yeah, like Sweet Scent and that sort of stuff isn't in here, so I don't want to give things that don't exist yet. Like, unfortunately, things like Seed Bomb, so I can't code in new moves. I have to use what like is in the game, though. Like this actually, let's see, because it actually probably changed the TMs list. Sludge Bomb, which is good. I wish Sludge Bomb was in the other one, but it's not. We get Rock Smash, which is really weird. I don't think that makes any sense whatsoever to me. So I'm just looking through what we get there. Not very much, honestly. Not much that I would consider all of that interesting, at least. Because what I would consider interesting is things that, like, would really help us. Like, we get Sunny Day. Actually, well, Sunny Day is fire. Okay, I didn't realize that. Whoops, wrong one. So yeah, we should definitely get Sunny Day if we don't get it. It doesn't exist. Okay, cool. There you go. I didn't know that. Like, again, like, that's a little bit sad, but that would definitely be a good move to get. What have we got here? Solar Beam, Sludge Bomb, Rest. I don't know about Rest because, again, like, I'd love Giga Drain, actually. Energy Ball's good, but that's not in the game. Grass Knot's pretty good. Is Grass Knot physical? I think it is, actually. No, it's actually special, isn't it? That'd be actually pretty good. Cut, which is weird. We didn't get that before, did we? Strength and Rock Smash. Alright. Because I was thinking about Cut being Steel or Cut being Bug, potentially. I think Bug has very few moves and very few things that you can consider being Bug. And Steel isn't very big in the OG gen, so it's like, well, because like I think those would be the only two that would make sense to me, like Steel or Bug or something like that for Cut, like just to upgrade it a little bit. Let's get rid of this. So yeah, it's going to take me a while. I will go through the other stars and whatnot, I guess, if you guys want to see that at least on screen. But, like, yeah, let me know. Yeah, I don't want to waste your guys' time by watching me just go through this and umming and erring unless you find that somehow entertaining or whatever, I don't know. Or just sort of like going through this stuff and actually looking at the stuff that's actually, you know, here and what actually gets learnt by these Pokemon in these generations. Because that's the thing. We've got to keep it to what's already there. We can't really bring something else in. Like, if we were doing a Fire Red ROM hack, then it'd be different. Like, maybe we could look at, like, I don't know how much difference there is between like the first proper gen, like red, green, whatnot, red and blue, etc., versus yellow. I don't think there's that much difference, honestly. So yeah, but yeah, like, that's where I'm going to be at for a while now. I'm just going to be looking through, like, Squirtle. I'm pretty sure Squirtle and that are going to be, like, Charizard and Charmander are going to be different, like, and whatnot. And their challenges are going to be a bit different. I don't want to give them things that, you know, don't suit them or don't make any sense. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know off the top of my head, or just, like, randomly what, like, their stat spread is, like, especially when you're talking about OG Gen 1, it's a little bit different again because of the physical special thing going on, and the fact that the special is a shared stat and whatnot, that sort of thing. So yeah, I will definitely look through it and go through that stuff on my own at some point between now and whenever I get the time to actually, like, think about this other stuff, because there's a lot of other stuff going on. But hey, if you guys want to see me actually do that and do find that interesting, I will definitely do it. But yeah, let me know, definitely, because I don't want to do it, like, if people aren't really interested. I know some people kind of clicked on the video for a few minutes just to see what the heck is this about or whatever. But yeah, like, that is what it is. It takes a long time to look at this stuff or whatever, or for me to do this sort of stuff as well. Like, it's taken 30 odd minutes just to look through this stuff, and like I did this live or whatever, so it is what it is. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it if you have watched through, and if you've enjoyed it, I hope you subscribe, because I want to bring you more stuff, and if you can help us grow the community here, that would be great, so that we can bring you more great videos and more interesting things like this. Yeah, and I'll come up with a finalized list of moves at some point and then put that out here, just as this is what I think, you know. And I'm not the most not most brainy or most well-educated person on this, but this is just what I think. This is the way I'm looking at it and thinking about, okay, well, what are we working with? Yes, I can't really change a lot of things or whatnot. Maybe like a few moves that are obviously like karate chop or whatever it is meant to be fighting clearly, like, but things like that, like simple little things. This should be dark, whatever. Bite should be dark, whatever. Things like that. Obvious special things that make sense. But anyway, guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace.